Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a beautiful island, a quiet place where the ocean sings softly and the wind carries gentle whispers. The sunset paints the sky with colors of love and warmth. Now imagine that island is not just a place on a map. It is a world I dream of creating only for two people, you and me. In this world, there is no noise, no distance, no fear of losing each other. Just your smile, my heartbeat, and a love that grows stronger with every sunrise. Because if I could build a place away from everything, a peaceful paradise far from the crowd, I would not fill it with luxury or gold. I would fill it with your laughter, your voice, and the beautiful moments we share together. And that is why today I want to tell you about a dream called an island just for you and me, a place that does not exist on any map, a place the world has never touched, a place where the noise of life cannot reach us. It is quiet there, peaceful in a way that feels almost unreal. The air is soft, the sky stretches endlessly above the ocean. The waves move slowly, like they understand the rhythm of a calm heart. When I think about that place, I realize something important. That island was never meant to belong to the world. It was meant for you and me. Not a crowded city, not a busy road filled with strangers and their hurried lives. Just a quiet island surrounded by the endless blue sea. The sand is warm beneath our feet. The wind moves gently through the trees and the horizon looks like a promise waiting for us. There are no clocks there, no pressure, no expectations, just moments, real moments that belong only to us. I imagine walking beside you along the shore early in the morning, the sun slowly rising from the ocean, spreading golden light across the water. The sky changes color as if it is painting a new beginning just for us. You are standing there beside me, your hair moving softly in the wind. For a moment, the entire world feels silent, not empty, but peaceful, like everything that matters has finally arrived. That island is not built with walls or cities. It is built with the things that truly matter. Quiet laughter, soft conversations, the kind of silence that feels comfortable instead of lonely. A place where we can sit together for hours watching the waves without needing to say a single word, because somehow our hearts already understand each other. I imagine a small wooden house near the edge of the beach. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, just a simple place where the windows stay open so the sound of the ocean can travel inside. The sunlight moves through the room in the morning, touching the floor, the walls, and your face as you wake up slowly beside me. In that moment, the world outside our island does not exist. There is no rush waiting for us, no noise pulling us away from each other. On that island, every day feels like a quiet adventure. We walk through green trees that whisper in the wind. We sit near the water and watch the tide move in and out like the steady rhythm of breathing. Sometimes we talk about dreams, sometimes we talk about nothing at all, and sometimes we just sit together listening to the peaceful sound of waves touching the shore again and again. The island does not promise perfection. Storms may come sometimes, the waves may grow stronger, the wind may rise, and the sky may turn dark. But even then, the island remains strong. The trees bend, but they do not break. The ocean roars, but it does not take away the land beneath our feet. And through every storm, we remain there together, standing side by side as the wind moves around us. Because that island was never about escaping life forever. It was about creating a place where love could breathe freely, a place where two hearts could exist without fear, without doubt, without the endless noise of the world trying to pull them apart. Sometimes the strongest kind of love is not loud. It does not need crowds or attention. It exists quietly like waves moving across the ocean in the middle of the night, constant, steady, endless. And on that island surrounded by the calm sea and the open sky, that quiet kind of love becomes the center of everything. The mornings, the sunsets, the nights filled with stars, every step in the sand, every breeze that touches our skin, every peaceful second that passes slowly while we exist in that small world we created together. Sometimes love is not something you need to prove to the world. It is something you feel in the quietest moments, in the pauses between words, in the gentle silence when two people sit beside each other and somehow understand everything without speaking. When I imagine that island for you and me, I don't just see the ocean or the sky. I see the quiet moments that slowly build something real between two hearts. The world moves fast, too fast. Sometimes people run after success, after attention, after things that shine for a moment and then disappear. But love, real love, moves differently. It is calm, it is patient, it grows slowly like a tree that becomes stronger every year. And on that island, far away from the noise of everything else, that kind of love finally has space to breathe. I imagine mornings when the world is still half asleep. The ocean is calm, the air feels fresh, and the sunlight slowly spreads across the water like a golden path. We walk together along the beach without saying much. The sand feels soft under our feet, and the quiet sound of waves fills the air around us. Those are the moments when you realize something simple but powerful. Happiness is not always loud. Sometimes it is just peace. Maybe we sit near the water with 2 cups of coffee in our hands. The breeze moves gently around us, carrying the scent of the ocean and the distant sound of birds flying over the sea. You look at the horizon and smile, and somehow that small smile becomes the most beautiful thing in the world. No cameras, no audience, no need to impress anyone, just 2 people sharing a quiet morning that belongs only to them. The island teaches something important. When the noise disappears, you start to notice the small things again. The way sunlight reflects on the water, the way the wind moves through the trees, the soft rhythm of breathing when you sit close to someone you care about. Life begins to slow down, and suddenly every moment feels deeper. Sometimes we talk about memories, the strange path life took before bringing us to this quiet place, the mistakes, the lessons, the unexpected turns that shaped who we became. And when those stories are shared under the open sky, they no longer feel heavy. They feel like pieces of a journey that finally led somewhere peaceful. In the afternoons, the sun warms the sand and the ocean sparkles like thousands of tiny diamonds. Maybe we walk through the island's green paths where tall trees create moving shadows on the ground. The wind passes through the leaves with a soft whispering sound, like nature itself is speaking quietly around us. Every step feels calm, unhurried, like time itself has slowed down just enough for us to enjoy being alive. You start to realize something while living in a place like that. Love is not always about grand gestures or dramatic words. Sometimes it is the way someone looks at you when you are not paying attention. Sometimes it is the comfortable silence that exists when 2 people sit together watching the ocean without feeling the need to fill the space with conversation. The island becomes a place where emotions are simple and honest. There is no pressure to be perfect, no expectations to perform, just the freedom to be real, to laugh loudly when something is funny, to sit quietly when the moment asks for silence, to look at each other and know that nothing else is required. Evenings on the island feel almost magical. The sun slowly begins to sink toward the horizon, painting the sky with colors that seem too beautiful to be real. Orange melts into pink, pink fades into deep purple, and the ocean reflects those colors like a giant mirror. The entire world seems to pause for a moment as the day gently fades away. We sit on the sand watching that quiet transformation in the sky. The air cools slightly, and the sound of the waves becomes softer, calmer. It feels like the island itself is taking a slow breath after a long day. In those moments, there is a kind of peace that cannot be explained with words, a feeling that everything is exactly where it is supposed to be. When night finally arrives, the island becomes even quieter. The sky opens up to reveal countless stars shining above the ocean. Without city lights to hide them, they appear brighter, clearer, like distant worlds watching silently from above. The sound of the waves continues in the darkness, steady and comforting. We lie on the beach looking up at that endless sky. Sometimes we talk about dreams for the future. Sometimes we just watch the stars in silence. And in that quiet moment, surrounded by the vast ocean and the infinite sky, something beautiful becomes clear. Love does not always need big stages or perfect plans. Sometimes it simply needs space, time, and two hearts willing to stay close to each other through every quiet moment that life offers. On that island, the quiet moments become the real story. The slow mornings, the peaceful walks, the sunsets that paint the sky, the nights filled with stars and calm ocean waves. Every small second becomes part of something larger, a connection that grows deeper not through noise, but through presence. And slowly, day by day, those quiet moments turn into something lasting, something steady, something that feels as endless as the ocean surrounding the island. Building a life together on that island would not begin with grand plans or perfect designs. It would begin with small steps. Two people standing on a quiet shore, looking around at an empty paradise and realizing that everything we create there will come from our own hands, our own patience, and the quiet strength of staying beside each other. At first, the island would feel wild and untouched. Tall trees moving slowly in the wind, the ocean stretching endlessly around us, the sand carrying no footprints except the ones we leave behind. There is something powerful about starting in a place like that. Nothing complicated, nothing already built by someone else, just space, pure space where a new life can begin. We would start with something simple, a small wooden home near the beach, where the sound of the waves reaches us every morning. Not a palace, not a huge building filled with empty rooms, just a warm, welcoming place where the doors stay open and the ocean breeze moves freely through the windows. A place where the sunlight enters every morning like a quiet greeting. Building that home would take time, carrying wood together, placing each piece carefully, learning how to shape something strong out of something simple. Some days it would feel easy, other days the sun would be too hot, the work too slow. But even in those difficult moments, there would be something meaningful about doing it together. Because when two people build something side by side, every small effort becomes a shared memory. Every nail, every wooden wall, every window facing the ocean becomes a reminder that this life was not given to us. We created it together. After the house is finished, the island would slowly begin to change. A small garden near the back of the house where green plants grow under the warm sunlight. A place where fruits and flowers appear over time, quietly transforming the empty land into something alive and colorful. Watching those plants grow would feel like watching our life grow as well, slowly, patiently, one day at a time. In the mornings, we might walk through that garden together, checking the leaves, feeling the fresh air, listening to the birds moving through the trees. The island would no longer feel like an unknown place. It would begin to feel like home. Days would pass in a peaceful rhythm. Sometimes we fish near the shore while the ocean moves gently beneath the sunlight. Sometimes we explore deeper parts of the island, where tall trees create cool shadows and quiet paths. Every corner of the island would slowly become familiar, like chapters in a story we are writing together. There would be moments of laughter too, moments when something simple goes wrong while building or planting or exploring. Maybe a sudden rainstorm surprises us while we are far from the house. Maybe the wind becomes strong and sends leaves flying everywhere. But instead of frustration, those moments turn into stories we tell later while sitting together in the evening light. Living on that island would not mean escaping challenges forever. Storms would arrive sometimes. The sky would grow dark. The wind would become powerful, and the ocean waves would rise with a deep roaring sound. the island would shake under the force of nature, reminding us that life is never completely calm. But those storms would also reveal something important. Inside our small home, with the rain tapping softly on the roof and the wind moving through the trees outside, we would sit together knowing that we are safe because we faced everything side by side. The storm would pass eventually, just like every difficult moment in life does. When morning arrives after a long night of wind and rain, the island would look fresh again. The air cleaner, the sky brighter, the ocean calmer than before. Walking outside after a storm would feel like witnessing a new beginning, the world quietly resetting itself. Over time, the island becomes more than a place we live. It becomes a reflection of our journey together, the house we built with patience, the garden that grew slowly with care, the paths through the trees that formed after countless peaceful walks. Even the beach would carry the memories of our days, footprints appearing every morning and disappearing every night as the waves gently wash the sand clean again. A reminder that every day offers a new chance to walk forward together. Evenings would remain the most peaceful part of life on the island, the work of the day slowly fading away as the sky begins to glow with warm colors. We sit near the shore watching the sunset paint the horizon, while the ocean reflects those colors like liquid fire. In that quiet light, the island feels almost magical. The wind softens, the birds return to the trees, and the world becomes still again. We sit there knowing that this peaceful life was not something we found by accident. It was something we chose, something we built together with patience, effort, and the quiet belief that two people can create a world of their own if they are willing to stay beside each other long enough. As night falls, the stars appear above the island once again. The small house glows softly from the light inside. The ocean continues its endless movement around the land we now call home. And somewhere in that peaceful darkness, surrounded by the quiet sound of waves and the gentle wind moving through the trees, the island stands as a living reminder that a simple life built with love can become stronger, deeper, and more beautiful with every passing day. Because in the end, the most beautiful paradise is not found on any map. It is not made of luxury or wealth. It is made of two hearts choosing each other every single morning, in the quiet and in the storm, in the laughter and in the silence. It is made of you and me standing on the warm sand of our island, watching the horizon together and knowing, without any doubt, that we are exactly where we were always meant to be.